Hey there, folks. Foggy here. This is day 129 of my year of solo board gaming, considered by many to be ill-advised and stupid. Sorry that the day numbering has been a little off in the past couple videos, but this is officially day 129, and we are wrapping up our Welcome to the Moon campaign. This is the introductory campaign, essentially designed to introduce you to the different adventures that are available in this. It's not the actual campaign, which starts at a different spot overall, and in fact, there's a little spoiler there, so I'm going to just hide that over there. I've actually tried going through a sample game of this, and this is just crazy pants. This is crazy pants. You have two separate boards here, and essentially you and Astra are going to be competing to fill in spots on each planet, and then essentially Astra's points are still only going to come from the cards Astra gets at the end. Not going to get points through any other mechanism, but you'll notice that they get an extra 20 bonus points here. So, and plus the 4 times 3, they're going to start with 32 points. They're probably going to win this. You're going to get points based on the number of planets that you can actually complete by simply having the majority of spots on here. You'll notice that each planet has a certain number of octagons on it. However, there are also 2 spots on each moon you can also fill in, which is just crazy. There's some robots over here that you can complete. Basically, you're starting from your side, going to the other side, and you're trying to get as many of these as you can because they all give you bonuses. You're crossing off plants and water as you encounter them, either on the planets or in the bonus squares or on the rock robots. And then you're also trying to increase the value of different planets that you do actually obtain. It's bizarre. Like, it is an insane version of the game. And as with any other version of Welcome to the Moon, you can win the game if you complete all 3 objectives. However, you have to complete them on the same sheet. So even if I've got objective A over here and objective B over here, it doesn't really help me. I can't get both. You can get both objectives for the higher value, but that's crazy pants as well. Essentially, Astra's ability when you get an effect card would be to cross off, basically fill in 2 of these moon spots. And for you to fill in a moon spot means that you're going to get a negative at the end of the game with the planning motion. So you kind of don't want to do that, but at the same time, you kind of still want to make sure that you get the majority of each one of these. It's just, like I said, it's crazy pants. We're going to go ahead and get started here. 129 is our message, is our adventure. Also the day that it's on, the day that we're on. So a nice little bit of synchronicity there. Automatic radio message from the New Dawn picked up by the main starship. The Human Alliance manipulation must stop, and it will stop. Today is a new dawn. We will not let them continue. Friends, join us. We have taken control of a great part of their fleet. The final battle is ahead of us. Choose the side of liberty and truth. A new dawn. I will not lie to you. We've known each other for too long. These 2 systems of planets are our last hope. The probes have now found no other inhabitable planets for the human species. And now these rebels want to jeopardize our future. What can we do about it? I'm not sure. Every planet must be under our control, whatever it takes, or I will be fair and just. I'm always a fair and just person, so I'm going to go with that. 172. I must hand you your missions, but I will not hesitate to oppose you if you're unable to understand the situation. And we're going to start with 107, 109, and 110. Let's go ahead and get those out. 107, okay, is that one. 110, what did I say? 107, 109, 110. There we go. And 110. All right, I can deal with that a little bit more than I can deal with the set that I had for the previous version. All right, so our missions are, let me just make sure I understand what that first one is. Like I said, this whole mission is crazy pants. As is evidenced by the fact that I have 2 sheets here. I'll explain a little bit more about why in just a moment. Control 1 planet of each type on the same sheet. So there are 3 different types of planets. There's 3 green, 2 blue, 2 gray, and if you control 1 of each, you'll get that objective. This is basically the value of each type of planet. So if the first 2 are crossed off in each one, you'll get this mission. And this one is cross off 6 plants and 4 water. And that's fairly easy to understand. Now, the way that the solo mode is going to work is essentially, I'll draw a card to start off with. And Astra always goes first, and you go back and forth between the 2 sheets, one after the other. Now, they say that you can take the card and just basically put, do the card on each one. However, you'll notice that the sheets spin a little bit on the table. So I don't know if I'm really going to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to move the objectives out of the way here. We're going to put them off to the side over here, because this is a lot of table space that this needs to take up. And we're going to start by doing our cards in the middle here, and we'll just use this panda to try to signify, actually put the right above there. So we are on this one to start off with, we're on this one to start off with. You also need symbols to indicate what's yours and what's the Astra's, and Astra prefers the triangle. So I'm going to do a little triangle from their perspective. I'm going to do a little cross from my perspective, because that feels to me right. Okay, so let's get started. The way each turn works is that you draw a card. Now we'll tell you what Astra's going to do. Astra is going to claim a 7 electricity energy. And for them, the energy in astronaut motions actually translate into robot and planner motions, which have specific things for them as well. So water and plant are pretty simple. If you're taking the water or plant action, you cross off one of these little spots here on the planet that you were marking your symbol on. Astra will do the same. For the robot motion is actually pretty simple as well. They'll just simply cross off a robot and make it unavailable to you. They're going from top to bottom. You're going bottom to top. The planning motion is really where you get screwed. The planning motion is they will fill in one of these spots here on a planet. Basically, whichever, I think, if I remember correctly, it's whichever planet you're doing. And then for the Astra effect, they're doing that twice on whatever planets you have the most symbols on. So it can get really messy. But for now, they're going to do 7, and they're going to do energy. So what they do is, because there are 2 planets that have a 7, I can choose which one. And I'm going to go with this one so that I don't lose out on action. And then they're going to cross off a robot as well. And then that's the first part of the move. Then you draw 2 or more cards, and now you take your turn as normal. And it doesn't matter this was the first card. You just do your normal turn. You can either go for the same one, or you can go for a different one. Now, Franklin takes energy, so we do not want Franklin to end up with energy. I kind of want to work towards getting one of the sets of objectives completed, and for that I'm going to need 1 planet of each type, so I think I'm going to be competitive here. I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I'm also going to do a water, because that is the other one. Now for the water, you cross off this, and that means that that water is taken. So we're going to do this for our discard, and we're going to do this for the Astra. And now you go over here. So Astra's first card is 2 robot. Now there's only 1 planet that has a 2 on it, so we'll cross that off, and then we'll cross that off as well. Now we get to go with our cards, which are 10 and 7. Astronaut has the same function here. You can adjust a number by 1 or 2 or 0. But in addition, when you do that, you circle this, and then you can do that to the next number as well. So it gives you an extra bonus action there. I think what I want to do is I want to go, I think with this one as well, I may as well go plus there, and I'll do plant this time. Try to be aggressive about that, and then we'll give it the astronaut. And now we're back over here, and I think the hardest thing to remember is to constantly change where that is. I think for this one, we're going to go ahead and let him take that, and they're going to cross off a plant. That's no longer available to me. Franklin and, 936. 936, I think we can go here, and I think that is a good idea, because that's going to give us a bonus robot action. So we'll cross that off. So that was the 6. Of the 2, we'd rather have them get the plant than the water. And there's no water for me to take here because we've already crossed off the 1 water. So I'll cross off the plant instead and get my first plant there. This is good because we're starting to get underway here. What I found is that it's really important to try to finish up as best you can before you get to the end of the deck. Because if you get all the way through, Astro gets 1 last move with it, and you have to take a system error, and that just sucks. 12. So 12, and it's going to take an energy, which in this case is a robot, so it's going to cross off another robot. I think there's only 1 with a 12 on it, so we're going to cross that off there. 4 and 8. Now, if I had taken the astronaut action last time, I would actually get this bonus action here, and that would close off the planet, which would be huge. Instead, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on this one. I'm going to do 4 here. Sorry, that should not be a triangle. That should be a plus. I'm going to do plus here, and then I'm going to start working on the energy down here so I can get this filled in. And that way it takes the robot back. How much you want to bet at some point I'm going to put 2 cards up in that by accident and not realize it. 11 robot, we'll let it go ahead and continue to take this one because there are 2 11s. And then it crosses off this here. We're going to get this 9 and 6. So for this, we could actually go down here, and I think that's actually a good idea. We're going to do plus here. We're going to cross off one of these. It doesn't really matter which. I know that I want to get as all the top 6 of these, the top 2 in each column, done as quickly as possible, so I can try to get that knocked out. We've got a 4 planning this time. So there's only 1 4, so it'll take that. But in addition, it'll also mark off 1 thing there, which means it is well on its way to getting this planet. Now, if you tie on a planet, if you have the same number of symbols, you will still win the planet. And you cannot mark a moon crater if you've already completed the planet. So it's more important to just get these done. And we're going to go ahead and do this planet as well. We're going to do plus, and then we're going to do for the 4, and then it's just complete planet because there's nothing else here. So we'll cross that off. And we'll hold on to, I think, it doesn't really matter which one we take because both of them are kind of garbagey. Here, 1. So it's going to get this, which is not good. And then cross off this. We're going to do 5 and 3. So I think for this one we're going to do 3. Cross that off, and we'll do another one down here for the energy. And then back over here, we're going to get 1 crud. It's getting this one. All right, it's got its first planet. That went quickly. Also, it's going to get an energy, which is a robot action for us, so it crosses that off. That hurts. That hurts quite a bit. 8 and 8. So we can't do the 1 anymore. We have to do the 8 as far as that goes. So that will be on this planet here. And we get a free plant action or plant marker, so we'll get to cross that off. We'll go ahead and do another plant action as well. We'll go ahead and get that out of the way. That's leaving it with the energy, which I really don't like because that means it's getting 6 points at the end of it. And we haven't. The first every 2 flags, you'll get a system bonus. But we don't have one yet, so I can't keep it from getting that. So 9. Again, we're just going to let it continue to move on here. We're sort of surrendering this 1 planet to it. But if I can get this planet out of the way, that would be great. Fortunately, that's not going to happen on this turn. I've got 11 and 12. I think what I'm going to do, because I'm almost at the point where I've got this, I could do 1 of 2 things. I could either adjust the 9 down to a 7 so that I can clear this out of the way. But I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go up here and no, because that's really not that helpful. I've lost this planet, so I think what I want is this one. I'm going to have to use these 2 together to mark it that make that 11 a 13. That's going to give me an astronaut action for the next round, which is nice. And we'll knock the robot back to here. 6 plant. There's only 1 place for plants to go, or 6 is to go, so it'll go here. It takes away a plant from me. And then we're going to get 4 and 8. And I definitely want to go here. And I think we're going to go ahead and let it take the plant, even though that's a larger value. I guess we'll use this astronaut feature, even though we're not actually changing the value of it, because that will give me some flexibility on the next round as well. Back over here. 10. Robot. it is really taking a lot of the robots away from us. That's less than great. So now, I mentioned before that we have the astronaut feature available to us. We can do that again. We can just go ahead and fill that in. We could also go down here, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go plus, and we've got our first planet. And we're going to go fill in this. We're going to use energy. We also got a water out of that, so we get to fill in the water. And then it keeps the robot. 2, which it cannot do. So this is what happens when you start to get into this. If you cannot fill in the planet, because all of the numbers are filled, it goes up to the next numbered planet. So in this case, it's going to go from 1, 2, 3 to 3, 4, 5. And then it will attempt to fill in a spot here. If it can't, it keeps going all the way up. And if you're on 13, 14, 15, it goes all the way back around. So it will complete this. Take that away from me. We are tied, so I still get that planet. I've now got 2 flags. That means I have one of these that I can use to take away. There's no plant on here, so I can't take away the plant. So that's for the best, I think. And so now we've got 1 planet. We've got a gray. I kind of want to make sure that I get a green, and I think that means that I need to use. I think the astronaut action, when you use it, is in addition to the action of your combination. So what I can do is I can use these 2, and I can fill in this, not with the triangle, complete that, but then I'll also do the energy so that knocks that out. And again, I'm trying to be very aggressive about completing the mission goals here, because the sooner I complete the mission goals, the sooner the game is over, and the sooner I can just relax a little bit. So 3, it's going to fill this in here, which unfortunately means, I can actually choose. I can choose which one it's going to do. We're going to have it do that one. And it does the planning action on that. And so that tells me that I really do have to wrap this up on this side. So we'll do 3 here. And I've got that. And we're going to cross off one of these. And we got, let's see, what was it? It was a plant and a plant. So 2 plants get crossed off, which is pretty awesome. Now, I still, that was the robot action. We're going to give it the planning one back. At 13. So this is good. We've already got 2 of the flags taken care of. We need 1 more green, and we need to get the rest of this filled in as well. So 15, there's only 1 spot for it, so it'll go here. And then it gets an energy action, which is actually a robot action, so it crosses that off. We got 5 and 13. I'm going to do 13. I'm going to do this. That's going to give me a plant action. I'm also going to use the energy action here to complete one of these. I've now got another flag. That'll give me another one of these. And I'm well on my way. I'm doing pretty good in terms of getting these objectives taken care of. But now, famous last words and all that. We're back over here. I've not been moving the panda, by the way. I apologize. 7. So there's only 1 place now for it. It's going to go here. And it's going to take away water from me. 14. And we've got A. And we've got C. So it's going to now do this twice. It's going to look for wherever I have the most symbols that are still in play, and it'll do 1 motion there. And then the rest of this, I feel like it's just sort of whatever one I want, because I don't have any symbols on any of them. So I'll do 1 here. And then it's going to repeat the process for the other 2 as well. Now I've already got a green. So as much as I want to keep this green over here, I feel like that's not my priority. My priority is one of these 2. So I've got a 7, 14, and 6. I can use the astronaut action. I can bring this down to here, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and get this filled in here. Use that astronaut action. That uses the 7. I think we're going to give it back the 6. That means we also get a plant, so we'll get the plant taken care of. So that could have been a little bit better. But we're now on that portion of the grid where we need to start panicking a little bit. Let's see. We'll go here. There's one plant left for it to get. 11 and 12. What do I have over here? I need a blue. I still need a blue. And I think this is my easiest one to get. So I'm going to go 7 here. And I think I've got to use I kind of want to use the plant because the plant's almost finished. But no, I'm going to use the energy. I need to use the energy here. So that was 7 and energy, and we're going to give it back this. We come back over here. We got a B right away. This is where it starts to hurt. So it's going to cross this off. And we're going to choose one other place for it to do. We'll go there. And then 7 electricity, so it's got to go here. And it does a robot action, so it takes away that. Its robot actions have been killing me. 7. So we still need to get... I can't lower this down any, which is a bummer. I forget what the planning allows me to... The planning allows me to fill in a symbol in addition to the one that I fill in. And you lose points at the end of it. But I kind of feel like I kind of need that if I want to get this one. Because I don't think I can get this one now. I got to try to protect this one as much as I can. So I'm going to actually go ahead and do plus and then plus. And that means I'm going to lose 3 points at the end of the game. And then I'm also going to go ahead and use my solo bonus ability to keep it from getting the 9. So we're keeping these, and we're losing the 9 altogether. We're back over here. We've got a 10. 10, the only place it can go is here. So we'll do that. And planning allows it to fill that in. 5 and 9. And just as a reminder, what I need to do here is still get one more blue. So I will go 5. Go here. That's going to allow me to fill in a water as well with the 9. So that's going to give me that. Plus I get a robot. So my first robot of the entire second half, the other right-hand side here, which is a little scary. We're going to go back over here. We're going to get 14. This time it's going to go here. So I've lost my ability to get this planet, unfortunately. It's going to cross that off. It doesn't do any of these actual actions. It just crosses them off, which is a little frustrating. 15 and 5. So again, I need to focus on getting these 2 planets, and unfortunately I can't do that with the 14 or 15, so I got to go with the 5. Fill that in, and then I get 1 robot action, so I'll fill that in. Take that. Come back over here. 4 is already filled in, so it's going to go 1 up. And it does a robot action, so it takes away that. And I'm going to get a 6 and an 8, and I definitely think that I'm going to go here because that will give me the planet. Yay! And we'll go ahead and take that 4 as what we are filling in. So we're going to do this. We have managed to complete our first goal. So we've now got 9 points for A. Now I do not know if we have to flip it over and only get 4 points for our left-hand side. That is a little unclear on the rules. We do get a water out of that. I'm going to do some energy, so that's going to be completed here. We're getting pretty close to actually having this all done, which is famous last words, I know. And this is going to go here. So I think this is our last set. 12 planning. That is going to go up here and fill that in. Then we're going to get a 9 and a 6. So we can't do much as far as the 6 goes, but we can do the 9 here. Use the energy to complete that. And try to hopefully get this particular planet out of the way. But it is going to get to keep the 12. And it is now time to reshuffle and start round 2. And hopefully... So looking at where we are, we've completed mission A for this side. We are not really that close to finishing mission A for this side. We need to get this 3, 4, 5 done. And that's going to be tricky because any number, like it can basically trigger up. And what you're going to find is that this time around, it doesn't really matter what numbers you have coming up. Because you've got planets that are closed off, it will just start to bubble up, and pretty soon you'll get to the point where no matter what card it brings up, it's going to choose that particular planet. We still need to get 2 more energy there, 1 more energy there, a bunch of plants and waters. We're nowhere close to mission C on that, but we are close on this side. So I think what I'd probably do is focus on getting robots, because those robots will give me a bunch of plants, water, and energy. In fact, 3 more robots, and I've completed missions B and C. So it might be in my best interest to just say, screw it, I'm going to do robots wherever they occur. Okay, so hopefully that works. We're on this side, 9 plant. So we're going to go here. We're going to let it go, basically take this away from us, because we're no longer worried about getting planets necessarily. And then we got a 3 and a 6. So unfortunately, no robot. 3 is already locked off. 6 is locked off, so it's going to have to be 9. We're going to go here with the 9, and then we use a robot, use an astronaut. And it'll give us a little bit more flexibility on the next round, but unfortunately that is closed off. We're back over here. We got 9 water. We will go ahead and go here. It gets this planet, which we kind of knew it was going to. 8, 4. So that'll allow us to fill this in down here, plus the water, and we filled that 10 in. And it will keep the planning, which is the most worthless card it can get. 4, it cannot do 4. So again, it's going to bubble up here, and we're going to do 1 here and 1 here. It's not good. 8, 6. So we've got the robot. I think we definitely want to do the robot, except that we can't really do this. We can't do 4 or 6, but we do have the astronaut ability, so we'll do the 6. We'll make that into a 7. So we're going to go here. That gives us the plant. That gives us the robot that we can take, which gives us another plant, which is not necessarily useful, but again, the more robots we can get on this one, the better. 7 robot. So this is going to have to be here, which is unfortunate, and then it's going to cross off another one of these. We're almost all the way down to on the robots. We are 3 and 3 on this one. I need to get at least 1 more, ideally, except B. We've got our first one of these. So B is going to cause this one to flip over. We can no longer get the maximum for that. And we're going to get 2 of those annoying shapes. So I think of the ones that I have left, it can't do that one. It's gonna do this one. And then that's it. It can't do anything else. All the other moons are taken away. So we're not gonna have to worry about that anymore on this side. 13. So I think I definitely want to go here, because I can't go here. I can't get this planet yet, which is really frustrating. But I can get this one. 7, and I can't do water, but I can do electricity. So we'll do that. That'll go there. 7 electricity. There's only one place for 7s anymore. That's here. For the planet, for that, it does the planning action. Sorry, the robot action. And we've got another one, which means we lose this possibility, and we have to draw 2 more moons. It won't do it here, 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 or here. It's got to go here, here, here. It will definitely do this one here, which means I've lost this moon, which is frustrating. And then I'll go here as well. 7, 5, and 9. So I can't really do much of anything except go here with the... I could go here, but I'm going to go here. I'm going to go 7 and 5. The reason I'm going to do that is that gives me the electricity. So it's a little bit late, but I got 6. And I got a free robot action. So I do that, and then I've got this as well. So what that means is on this one, I only need the one water action and I'm done. Hopefully I can do soon because this is starting to hurt. 13, 14, and 11. 13, astronaut action. Astronaut is a planning action. So we'll do 13 and fill in a planet, except it can't fill in a planet. We'll let it take this one. There's no point in worrying about that planet anymore. 13, 14, and 11 are just kind of garbagey. We'll go ahead and fill that in. And I think what we'll do is we'll do a plant. We may as well. And we'll let it keep that. And one thing I'm kind of curious about, how many flags have I filled in? I've done 1, 2, I've done 2 here, and I've done 3 here. So I should have 2 of those circled. Okay. 7, water. So it manages to ignore the 2 7s because they're both filled. It'll go to this planet. It'll wipe away the last water. 7, 6. And I'm going to use my astronaut action because this will end the game. I will fill this in. This gives me a free water. And I'll combine it with... I'll combine it with the plant, actually. I'll take these 2 together. And I will knock out... It's going to be 4 points either way. But I get a free water from that. And I'll do free water there too. So I'm using 7. This 7 is the number adjusted by the astronaut score. This 7 for the feature, which I can't do because there's no plant available. There's no water available, so never mind. That stays like that. That does get crossed off though. And then I'm going to use my last solo bonus to keep it from getting the 6. And that's the game. We have now managed to complete all 3 goals, and we did it before the C came out, so that is awesome. That is 10 for me there. Now, unfortunately, over here, I didn't complete any goals at all, so that's where the scoring is going to hurt us. But that's it. We're done. Let's figure out how badly we did. 0 over here. 13 for plants. 14 for water, so that brings us up to 27. We got a whopping 1 green, 1 blue, and no grays, unfortunately. We were kind of close on this one. Had we filled that one in, we would have gotten it. So that would have been nice. So that is going to be 4, and 6. So that's 10 more. That brings us to 37. We lose 3 points for the system error, so that brings us to 34. For the planning, I mean. System error, we don't have any points that we lose, so we're at 34 on that side. On this side, we did considerably better. We did 25, plus another 25 brings us to 50. This added in is going to bring me to 64. We managed to get a total of 1 of each. We did not complete any other planets, unfortunately. We did complete this one, but it was for them. This one we did not complete, so it was 1 of each. So 4, 6, and 6. That's going to bring us to 80. No points lost there, so that's 80 on this side for a grand total of 114. How did Alexa do? Let's find out. Like I said, this game is rough. All right. So we want to kind of keep these roughly in order this time. Try to do one of these where I've actually put them in the correct order. So we need robot. I think I only gave it 1 electricity, which is good. I think there was 1 I could not avoid. Yeah, there it is. All right, so we're going to count this around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's going to bring me to 14, and this 1 energy card brings me to 20. 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 43, 46, 49, 52, 55, 58, 61, 63, 65, 67, 69, 71, 73, 73 plus 20 is 93. And it's going to add this 12. 93 plus 12 is 105. We beat it by 9 points. Yeah! All right. So sorry for the loud yell there. But that's it. We managed to complete this game. And so when you complete it, what they tell you in here, at the end of the game, if the captain won, go to chapter 171. So we're going to go there. We're going to do 171. We also got a total of 6 stars for this. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 171. The victory is bitter. I would have preferred to win with you rather than against you, but fate and your bad choices have led us here. With your useless relentlessness, you have probably doomed us all. What made you want to destroy these asteroids? The resources of the planets will never be enough to rebuild everything. Do you have so little respect for human life? You're responsible for ending us all. Damn you. I feel like that is the wrong ending. I feel like that is not quite what I expected. That seemed a little nihilistic to you? Seems a little nihilistic to me. So we went to 172. Then at the game, if you won, 171. Otherwise, go to 57. See what 57 was like. See if 57 was a little bit more. I think it's entirely based on that particular... No, I take that back. 33 goes the same way. All right. So no matter what, we've doomed humanity. C'est la vie. So 171 has you go to chapter 147 before starting a new campaign. And this is the thing that I think I really want to impart. You want to hold on to your dashboard. Like, according to this, you actually have to keep this sheet for the actual campaign. And this is a mess. This is a freaking mess. I didn't think that this was going to be important. So I just kept it looking like this. And wow, this is very, very difficult to read. But I did manage to get what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 12, 15, 21 stars out of not that much more total. There were a couple points where I lost, but 21 stars overall. And then what they do is they have you go to a specific chapter. You then have to take out a specific card from here. And I'm just going to show you this card. This card is card 169. And it tells you basically the name of the chapter that you start with. And that's chapter 12. We're not going to do that on stream. Don't worry. Maybe we'll do it later in the year. I don't think so, but you never know. But for now, I'm going to put this away and we're going to start something else tomorrow. Folks, thank you all so much for joining me. This has been a lot of fun. I love the Welcome To games. I think that they're really intelligently designed. I think it's a fun mechanic. I think it's a nice basic mechanic. Some of these adventures were really complex. I did not like the virus one. So sorry, designers of Welcome To. But out of 8 adventures, I found 7 enjoyable. And so I'm looking forward to trying the rest of these. But for now, I got some more games to try out. And coming up... I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another solo game, like just a game that I'm going to do for one day, and then you don't have to see it again. I have no idea. Like, is it annoying when I do these like long stretches like this? I've left the C in here. There we go. Is it annoying when I do these long stretches like this, where it's one game over 7-8 days? Is it fun to watch somebody go through an entire game this many times? Do you learn a lot more about the game that way? Let me know your comments and thoughts down in the comments below. I will say this game is probably not going to go out for a while. I think this is going to be May 9th that this goes out, and right now it is April 26th. So it's a good 13 days in the future that this before this thing goes out. But when you get to that point, please let me know in the comments. What do you think about potentially? Do you want to see more long ones like this? Put that in there. We're going to erase the panda. Put that in there. One more thing, in case you missed the opening video where I sort of like got into how this thing is designed. I do not think, unless your game is an actual legacy game and you want people to be cautious about opening up the boxes, do not make your tuck boxes look like they're legacy boxes. I mean, in some sense, this is a legacy box because you're not supposed to look at the cards in here, even though I showed you one because I'm a filthy spoiler. That's going to go in here. But I think I was deathly afraid to open this up and start playing because I thought I had to do some sort of missions first, but that didn't make any sense because I had no game components. So just something to think about. And the way that they were packaged didn't make any sense either because some of it was stuff that you don't want to show other people. Some of it was stuff you do want to show other people. It was very, very confusing. So we're going to go ahead and put this in here. I think the Aster cards have to stay separate. So these are just the 63 regular cards. They're going to go in here. Now, there may be a reason as I play the campaign why they did it that way. That's fine. But again, I would have preferred like some sort of insert that said, start here. Like something that just basically explicitly said, open up each of these boxes, undo the wrappers, and then this is how they get organized. Because I'm just sort of basing this on where everything is in here. So that's going to go in there. We're going to erase this. So we managed to get up to level 5, which is good. That's going to go back here. We did not play up against... We never beat Sergey. We did not get a chance to play up against Stephanie, Thomas, or Peggy. So, unfortunately. And I'm sure all of these people have like real-life counterparts that they are meant to coincide with. Catherine, obviously, being Catherine Johnson, whose story was told in the movie Hidden Figures. I feel like I should know Stephanie. I feel like that's going to bug me now because I feel like I should know that one, and I feel like I'm being a horrible person by not knowing it. All the Aster stuff's going to go in here. The 3 Aster cards. I would also be interested in finding out how this plays multiplayer. If you know, just give me a holler. I don't know why I haven't shut off this recording yet. This is the boring part where I'm basically just sort of getting this game packed away. But I haven't done that in a while. I think early on I thought that was going to be an important part. You'd want to see how the game gets put away. Some games that's actually helpful, like Role Player Adventures. That's really helpful to see how the game is put away. Because that is a nightmare to put back. Other games actually do a pretty good job, like Horrified, I think, and definitely the Zombicide games include little things on the side that basically show you how everything goes back inside. So let's see, these are 7s. So those will go on the bottom. I will say, I think I would have preferred playmats, but I understand why they did it this way, like paper placemats. I understand why they did it this way. It's just the material of it feels kind of weird. It just feels wonky. But I'm looking forward to trying the actual campaign and seeing what sort of unusual things lie await in the future. These are going to go here. And because I got to save this, monstrosity of a mess. One here. This gets put away. This gets tossed out. And that's it, folks. That's Welcome to the Moon. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll be here tomorrow with a new game. See y'all later.